this is all about joint opening. We've done it before. Nothing new, I don't think. Well, it might be a little bit. So here's your hands in front of you. You're standing up. And you're just going to open the palms, breathe in through your nose, and breathe out through your nose. Okay, so when you open your arms, your bones in your palms widen. And don't close them, just hang the muscles like little hammocks in the hand. Speed you go, up to you. Okay, so you keep doing that. And we add to that, as you open the hands, you feel like your fingers are trying to reach your screen. And you don't close the fingers. Good. To that we add, as you open the hands, would you push your hands towards your screen, push them out slightly, yeah? So as you open, push them out towards the screen, and you allow the joints and the fingers to widen, separate. So it's like your fingers are getting longer, they're going to reach left and right of your screen. They're going to reach the wall or whatever's behind your screen. Good. And then you add the wrists to that and the elbows and the shoulders. So now as we do this, we have a feeling not of stretching particularly. All we're doing is we're undoing, we're allowing the bones to open. Yeah. This is not a stretch. The difference is huge. This is an undoing. Any stretching means part of you is doing. Good. Now, as you sit down, sorry, as you open the hands and close them again, now just sit down a little bit. Now, as you push out, stand up a little bit, and now sit down a little bit. Okay, as you open, widen your feet and widen the toes, lengthen the toes. You don't make it happen, just relax your feet and feel like your feet are getting wider. If you need to try stretching your feet sideways for a little bit, do, but you have to get rid of that. You can't really do it. So, but by all means try. And your toes are getting longer. They're reaching towards the screen in front of you. Okay, and we've got the ankles and we've got the knees and we also have the hip joint. So here, the legs get longer and longer. Much harder to feel. You've got gravity bearing you down, and so your body's basically settling, trying to settle, and you're trying to release at the same time. It's difficult. So focus mainly on your knee joints to begin with. They're the kind of the easiest one in the leg to think about. And just allow the knee joint to undo front and back, left and right, as if there's space between the tibia and the fibula, which is your calf bone in your shin, and the bones in your shin. And then above it, femur, and that's... So we've got one bone on the top, we've got two in the lower leg, and where they meet, that's where we're trying to feel like there's a gap. The space being formed, it's almost like there's, you know, you're filling it up with anything you like. Allow it to fill, allow the joint to separate. Okay, now the ones in the hips, you keep doing all that if you can. The ones in the pelvis here, you need to feel as if the bone is rotating very, very smoothly in the socket. So it's like you've oiled the socket, and so the head of the humerus, sorry, not the humerus, the femur, the head of the femur can rotate within the socket, and the space being created. Now, just keep going with doing it. I've got to do something with my hands. So you go and just do that. Yeah. Stand up and sit down. Okay. So here's where the socket is, just on the side of your leg here. And it's almost a feeling of the bones doing this on either side of you. But this is too much. I mean, obviously it's too much. You cannot physically do that, but you can have a feeling of space being created within the socket, as though you're creating between the head of the humerus, I keep on about the humerus, the head of the femur and the socket, there's space being formed. Okay. Now, just do a couple more times. So everything is lengthening. Now, because the human brain can only really think of one thing at a time, can't it? So it can think of one concept, though. So the concept is every single joint in your body undoing and releasing, and every single joint of the body not closing, but just hanging. And then you leave more room for more opening, and then just hang everything. Don't forget your feet. Don't forget your ankles. They're very difficult. But just try. Go for it as much as you can. Okay, good. Lovely. So we'll quickly do this. We've done it before in the past. Put your heels of your hands either side of you on the outside here, and just drop your fingers down and just point now where your fingers touch. Just do this. Now, you may need to move your fingers slightly forwards or backwards to find out where the most movement is. Okay, so if I go too far back, I can feel movement, but not much. If I go here, I can feel movement. Yeah, that's not bad. And here, I can now definitely feel a lot of movement. So all we have here, if we've got Oscar again, so Oscar's, there's the pelvis, so that's me facing this way. And the pelvis is tilted backwards. Here's you can see there's a kind of a socket. Okay, so out comes the leg and then drops down. So ball of socket in here, comes out, drops down. So what we're talking about here in the pelvis is a feeling of the ball here being able to, so there it is in effect, being able to do that a little bit, just to feel free, as if you've oiled the inside of that. So that's what we're after a lot of the time, in fact, in all movements, if possible. And particularly, oddly enough, when you push, because pushing is the opposite of, you'd think it would be compressing, wouldn't you? But what you do is when you do a push, so let's now come back into this, put your right foot forward so that you can face and look at the screen. And you can even face your screen if you like, doesn't matter. So from here, pelvic tilt, tuck your bum under, tuck under, tuck under, tuck under more, and then tuck under even more, and then release immediately. So the going forwards is a slight tuck under. So let's just this is the mechanics of this movement. Tucking under, and then tuck under a little bit more, and then release straight away. So the forward movement starts with a tuck even more. Tuck, 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 tuck under more, and release. Now then, this is a push. So pulling back, if someone's holding your arms, they're actually opening the joints up for you. It's really simple. You know, if someone's pulling you, the joints are going to feel like they're undoing, especially if you let go of them. But when you push, it's going to be quite tempting to tense stuff. So what you need to do, off we go again. Oh, let's do the other side. So put the other foot forward, okay? And you sit on the front foot there. Okay, tuck under, tuck your bum under, tuck your bum under, rotating the pelvis this time rather than, well, this is going to rotate a little bit as well. And release and push. Okay, now we're focusing on the push. Let go your hands, tuck under, tuck under, tuck under, tuck under. And as you go forwards, feel like all the joints are undoing, every single joint. Now, when we're doing it solo like this, it's dead easy to feel. Much harder to feel if you're actually pushing somebody, but you should still do it. So solo Tai Chi, you feel as if everything's just releasing and pushing. If you're pushing somebody, open all the joints. Sitting back, tuck under, tuck under, tuck under, more tuck under as you move, all the joints really soft, and as if the space between all the joints in the body, including here. And you should do the same with your spine as well. So that's it. That's all we're doing on that. Try and get it into the form as much as possible. We're going to, when we do other exercises, you can use it in that.